Hello and welcome to the beginning of another Dwarf Fortress game. I am going to start playing in my Imikamo region. My main goal here is to avenge the destruction of my last fort at the hands of the goblins. The vile force of darkness slaughtered my last fortress to the last man, woman, and child. They must be avenged. Here is the remains of Avuzastel, destroyed by goblins. I sort of made the mistake of building pretty close to this massive goblin glob over here, and they pretty much wiped me out. It's tempting to build farther away, but I really want to make a military fortress this time and really kind of stick it to those goblins. I think I'm going to start right here in the Tattooed Swamps. Temperate freshwater marsh, woodland trees, moderate vegetation, surrounded by wilderness. There's a brook named Fealty Thieves. We got clay, some soil, shallow metal, deep metal, and a fluxstone layer. Now the problem is that our neighbors are the goblins and we are at war. I have selected my civilization as the systemic tool, specifically because that was my last civilization and I really want to avenge my last fortress. So we are starting out at war with the goblins. We are probably going to die very quickly, but I just want to give it a try and see what happens. So we're going to start right here. Let's embark. And I think I'm actually going to prepare for this journey carefully. Actually, no, I think I changed my mind. I think I'm going to go with non-fish 40.15 plus. I feel like this is going to make a group that doesn't have fishermen in it, which I don't need fishermen. I was thinking about preparing carefully so I could get some dwarves that have military skills, but I just don't think I'm advanced enough to go through that screen. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna do non-fish. Embark preparations were not completed. Okay, so we do have to do a little bit of preparation here. So if I'm reading this screen right, we have 92 points available to spend. It says there are no hair leather quivers available when I press P for problems. I don't know what that means. I am replacing my regular dogs with war dogs. Okay, well, I've spent enough time on this screen. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I think I added some military skills to my dwarves. I'm just gonna embark now. I know there's 1 point remaining, but I can't figure out how to spend it. So, I am ready. I pressed enter. Let's go. You have arrived. A new chapter of Dwarven history begins here at this place. Dastotdeg. Sword even. Strike the earth. I picked that name to symbolize the vengeful nature of this outpost. And here we are paused. This is our first look at the area. Here are my starting 7 dwarves after I've nicknamed them so I can tell which ones are male and which ones are female. Nish, Melby, Kadel, Godina, Thakuti, Avu, and Solan. It looks like we're on a pretty flat plain here. We got trees and plants. If we go down under the earth. There's some water pools there. If we go up, there's not much there. It's pretty much a flat plain with a little bit of a hill to the west. It seems like we should just dig straight down. I'm not sure that there's any other thing to do. Alright, the initial orders are given. Let's get to work, everybody. We got lots to do if we're gonna prepare for some goblins. And we have arrived at summer. Our little dwarves have been really, really busy. And as soon as it finishes saving, I will show you what we have done. Let's pause. We have created a structure here over top of our stairs. It only goes up one level, but I've covered it with a roof. I've built a bridge here over a trench and some doors there. So my hope is that if we get an invasion or something that I can't handle, I can just pull up the bridge, which I do have attached to a lever that's underground. Hopefully nobody will be able to get across this trench. I don't really know. It's probably still vulnerable somehow, but I'll figure that out as I go. If we go down underground, we've got our little farm plot here on this level, and going down and down and down and down into a layer of quartzite. This is our barracks. I just built a barracks and a tiny little dining room and a little food storage area and a place for goblets when I make them. And down one more level, I'm starting to work on storage, and I'm going to move everything that's in the cart down here, and then I'm going to destroy that cart, and everything's going to be underground from then on. I'm very excited that my bridge actually works. I actually successfully hooked up a lever without even consulting a wiki guide. I was able to figure it out on my own. It's a miracle. It's my first actual lever in Dwarf Fortress. And some migrants have arrived in the summer. This is our first group of migrants. 8 new arrivals, every single one of them grouchy about the rain. 2 of the new migrants are legendary stonecrafters. That's pretty cool. One of them is going to get drafted into the Vengeance Squad right away because he's a competent mace dwarf. I don't remember if I said this or not, but I created a squad called the Vengeance Squad, which has basically all of the founding dwarves in it, and now 1 new migrant. This is going to be my vengeance dealing dwarf armada, or something like that. Now that we've got some new dwarves here, maybe this mining operation will go a little faster. It's taking a long time to dig out these rooms. Our population is up to 15 now, by the way. And autumn has arrived. That was quick. Summer went by really fast. Our dwarves have been even busier over the summer, digging down into the cold, dark earth. We have gotten our barracks here. We've gotten a little dining room, some storage areas up there. Down to the south of the stairs, I've got an office for the manager. I've got a dormitory for the migrants. I've started on a dining room. The storage area 1 level below is fully mined out, and we have moved almost everything down here. I am almost ready to destroy the wagon. I made a trade depot up here on the surface for the first caravan that arrives. Probably should arrive any time now. I've gone ahead and activated my training schedule for my military, which means they train every other month. So my hope is that we will be ready for combat when we need to fight. And here we go. Not much later, a caravan from Adithlor has arrived, along with the outpost liaison Captain Astilicum. I am your liaison from the Mountain Gnomes. Let's discuss your situation. There is much to share. They would like us to export earrings, powder, cheese, and anvils, it looks like. Farewell, Nish Emel Digdok. I look forward to our meeting next year. Our fortunes rise and fall together. Let's hope they don't fall this time. I don't have much to trade except some gems and a couple of crafts. Just a handful of stuff. Alright, here goes our first trade, and it was successful. Yes, we got some couple of weapons, some food, some thread, various miscellaneous stuff. And I have just officially moved the meeting hall down here into this little corner. It's really small, but it'll do for now. Now I can deconstruct the wagon. Goodbye, wagon cart. You were good to us, but now we don't need you anymore. And here come some more migrants. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Looks like 7. And a third legendary stonecrafter has been added to our fortress. That brings our population up to 22 now in the hamlet of Dastotdeg on the 1st of Sandstone, 253, mid-autumn. Already we've outgrown our meeting room. Arg. Here we go, let's put the turkeys back outside to make a little bit more room. Well, it's better, but still pretty packed. Here we go, this one's a little bigger. I made another meeting hall, one level below. Bye-bye, caravan. See you next year. Bring some seeds with you. I need to figure out how to move that trade depot underground next time, and also put it behind another bridge. I am quickly making a very bare bones set of little burrows here for the dwarves to live in. I will upgrade this later. Oops, I was trying to dig my trench a little bigger, and I got Minka stuck down at the bottom of the hole here. Trying to build some stairs to get her out. On second thought, it's probably easier to just tunnel her way out. There we go. Now it's 3 spaces wide. Maybe someday I'll figure out how to fill that with water. Whoops, we've run out of drinks. I swear it takes like 5 seconds to fill up stockpiles in this game. And it looks like winter has arrived. I can tell because all of the water sources are frozen over, and I keep getting spammed with messages saying no water source. So I'm working on a grand project, but I don't think it's going to be ready in time for the next caravan. I'm gonna dig a gigantic tunnel down under the earth that wraps around and then comes down here to my storage level. It's gonna take a while, but we'll get there eventually. Oh, our first artifact, Obak Regvutak, has withdrawn from society. He has claimed a craft dwarf's workshop. He sketches pictures of a quarry. He is gathering rocks. I guess he's gonna make something out of rock. We don't really have much else to make things out of. And he's begun a mysterious construction. What will it be? Here it is. Obak Regvutak has created Mebasig, a quartzite thybum. He claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, Thob Brassbirth. I don't know what a thybum is. Maybe that's a musical instrument. Made out of rock? The thybum is a huge stationary bone musical instrument which houses 81 cloth strings. That's an interesting thing. This one is made out of quartzite. All craft dwarf ship is of the highest quality. On the item is an image of rectangular cabicons in quartzite. On the item is an image of a marquise cut gem in quartzite. On the item is an image of a single cut gem in quartzite. Images of gems, but no actual gems. And it's only worth 9,600. Well, it's sort of an auspicious start for our artifact production. And sort of a little bit of a disappointment for the first artifact of our fortress, but it's a good try. And there it is. We have made it through the first year. It is New Year's Day of the year 254. Spring has arrived. And as with my last videos, I'm just going to pause it here. And I'm going to align my videos on year boundaries. So let's take a tour of what we've done this year so far. Starting at the top, of course, we have our construction here, our entrance to our stairway, which is protected by a building, which is covered by a roof. It is protected by a bridge that I can raise with a lever down below. I have tested it. It does actually work. Our trade depot is still here for now, but we are working diligently on replacing that. Our turkeys are still up here too, and there's a pasture up here over to the right. I know from previous experience that if goblins show up, they're gonna kill all these animals, but I am not ready to deal with that just yet. There's miscellaneous stockpiles up here and a couple of workshops that those are just temporary structures. And this is everything that's on the surface so far. We go down a level. We have our trench there. We go down the stairs. We have our first layer is a farm plot. As usually happens with me in the first year, I struggle a little bit with growing plump helmets and pigtails, but we are doing it. It's a little bit of a struggle, but I did solve that drink problem that I had earlier. I got more people brewing. I mean, I got stuff brewing, and I brewed some stuff. There's a wall here, which this is the tunnel that I dug to rescue that one worker that got stuck at the bottom. So I just added a wall there to block that off. So in case any monsters fall in there, they won't be able to get into my fortress. Alright, going down, we go down a bunch of stairs. There's some stuff in the walls we can probably mine out. Our first real level is, I guess, the guard level. This is where my guard barracks are. This is where my temporary, hastily thrown together living quarters are. There's a small dormitory, small dining room, small meeting room, offices, a little bit of storage up here, but that was just temporary to get stuff underground. Moving down a level, we have our main storage level so far. I built a new meeting hall here that's much larger, but I probably will move that again at some point. We have all of our storage here, which I'm already running out of storage. The end of the first year, already running out of storage. Over here to the right is the really cool thing. This is where I'm going to build the new trade depot, and this is going to be accessed by a tunnel that comes underground, and I've built a chasm here and a bridge hooked up to another lever, which I can raise and lower at will. And I'm gonna get rid of these tunnels also. I'm thinking about building some fortifications maybe so I can shoot across the chasm if goblins show up here. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. And going down another level, this is where I've built my dwarf burrows. Just a bunch of really small rooms with beds in them as temporary storage for the dwarves. temporary housing for the dwarves, I should say. They're not like stuff that you stick in a refrigerator. And there's nothing else down here. That is it. That is all I have done in the first year. Got everything underground. I have I've been doing a bunch of training the whole time, so my dwarven soldiers are improving in the Vengeance Squad, numbering 7, and we are going to be ready for whatever the goblins throw at us. I'm assuming they're gonna throw something at us next year, because that's the way it worked last time, and we're in basically the same area, so I am prepared for them this time. So that's gonna be it for this first episode. It's probably a little bit short, but it was a little bit of a short year. I started a bit late, but we'll have a full year next year. So that's gonna be it for now. Thanks for watching. See you later.